Day 3 here at the City Golf Club in Toowoomba in Queensland. It is an absolute delight to have you with us, and we hope you can stick around for the rest of the tournament. It's shaping up to be a good one, but let's check out the morning highlights here from the Coca-Cola Queensland PGA Championship.
It sure is shaping up to be a good one. Round 3 today here from the City Golf Club in Toowoomba and the Darling Downs in Queensland. Michael O'Dwyer with you alongside Ozzie Moore, former two-time champion of this great event. Ozzie, it's been wonderful so far.
Yeah, great accommodation at the back of the second green there, the golf club owns that. A little more cloud today and a slight bit of breeze. Scoring conditions probably a little tougher than the first two rounds.
Well, here's how they stand after round 2. Daniel Pearce from New Zealand leading by a couple of shots at 13 under. Had some very good play from him yesterday. Christopher Muick played well also, and Adam Burdett.
James Nitty's good to see his name in their good form.
Well, why don't we get out to the action straight away, and here's the 6th hole. It's the 345 metre par 4 and Blake Proverbs with a birdie attempt.
Coming across the green, today the pin in the back left.
Now playing with Blake, here's Jack Munro.
One of the tightest driving holes on this golf course. 3 on the right-hand side there, the gum really comes out into play. Not a long hole, but you must be in the fairway off the tee to score.
Yes, Jack just tapping in for par. Now Blake for his par putt. Well done. And now back down the fairway, we have our tournament leader, Daniel Pearce. He's 3rd into the 6th.
He had a little bit of trouble with this hole yesterday. Again today, struggling a little. And giving himself a good chance to make his par 4. A little bit downhill, touch of right to left in it. Really has shown some good form over the opening 2 days. Hopefully he keeps it together today.
Now this is Victorian Chris Muick just off the green with his 3rd shot. And he's left himself a fair bit of work to do there. A rueful look for his par.
It looks like quite a level putt, that. Adam Burdett. Right from the front of the green. A good 20 metres in this putt. Young Sunshine Coast professional. And made a better fist of it, but still didn't get it to the hole. So the flat putt is a little bit uphill. That's what's tricking them there with the pace of it.
Okay, so this is Chris for his par. Oh, lovely.
That's the key to the scoring around this course. If you can make those 2 and 2.5 metre putts for birdies and to save pars, you're looking for a decent score.
Okay, our leader now for par to remain at 15 under. Oh, he slides it by, so he'll go back to minus 14 if he knocks that in. Been having a bit of trouble on this hole, Oz, as you said.
Yeah, he's had a few bogeys in his rounds, and it's unusual for the leader to be in that situation. Normally they're bogey-free with a lot of birdies, but he's made an exceptional number of birdies, and he also had an eagle on the 17th on the second day. If he keeps doing that, he certainly will be in a prime position at the end of the day if he keeps making all the birdies, but bogeys are not what you need on the scorecard at this stage of the day.
That takes him back to minus 14, as I said, and here's Adam Burdett just in for par. Lovely.
As usual with young professionals, those short putts not too difficult.
I'm Aaron Townsend.
I'm Dave Branston. I'm from Sale Golf Club and you're watching PGA TV.
Yeah, it's the back line I'm worried about.
Won't worry about my back.
So how are those pro lessons going?
Well, let's see.
Well played.
Thanks, mate.
Found it! Looks like a bit of a tricky shot you got there, mate.
So on 18th you had a
Bogey. And what did you have?
par.
Back to back. Nice work.
One day maybe I'd like to be a professional golfer. So when I'm older, I'd like a house on the golf course. Be fun, I could just walk and play and then just go back home, relax and then go again.
The 8th hole, it's a par 3 here at City Golf Club and it measures around about 132 metres long, give or take a yard. As you can see, water short of the green again, so important to cover that front number, and then that back left bunker could cause a few troubles, especially for a back left hole location, so that's going to come into play there. So again, important, pick the right tier to play to and trust your yardage. A common feature of the greens here at City Golf Club in Toowoomba is the tiers. This one, another 2-tiered green, but the main feature of this one is actually how wet the green is. Anything within a yard or two of this tier is going all the way back down the front of the green.
Thank you, Alison Whitaker. This is hole 8, the par 3, playing 137 metres today, Oz, and here's Tim Hart with his tee shot.
And the pin location is just above that tier that Alison was talking about, so you need to fly it all the way there. Most players will hit a little right and try to spin it down to the left where that flag is.
Now David Branson, he started the tournament with rounds of 67 and 67. Bit of a struggle today though so far, coming into 8. This is his tee shot.
And really no wind to speak of at all, dying off at this stage of the afternoon.
And now another visitor from New Zealand, Luke Toomey.
You've got 3 par 3s on the front 9 of this golf course at City Golf Club, which is unusual, 33 par, so it's hard to make a good low score in terms of under par. This for birdie.
That was Luke Toomey. It was a good effort, wasn't it?
And he did finish in the red today with a round of 69 to finish 8 under in total.
Now this is Tim Hart. Birdie putt on its way. And he was always staying the high side there and a little long.
That's a complete misread there. Obviously the pace is a little out, but he's overread the break on that. Yes, it does run from right to left, but he's completely mystified by that. Now David Bransden, not having the best of days. Already had a couple of bogeys on his scorecard. Needs a couple of birdies to get the back. Just not happening for him. He will make his par there, however. He had a dreaded round of 6 over par 76 today to drop all the way back to even par.
Now Tim Hart for his par. As Ozzy said, he went a fair way past here.
And remembering last year he was the runner-up, losing in a playoff, and he makes bogey there and goes down to have a round of 68.
Well, why don't we go ahead one hole? This is the 9th hole. It's the 406 metre par 4 uphill.
One of the really strong par 4s on this golf course. Very narrow tee shot. Players generally don't hit driver here because it goes through the right-hand side of the fairway. They'll work it up the left-hand side of the fairway with a 3-wood. From there, an uphill shot to the green, not severely uphill. The players are looking around this section here, around that bunker. You've got to take that on with the tee shot. Too far left here, left of those trees is out of bounds. The clubhouse is over there as well. Now you play your second shot up a little hill. There is a bunker covering the front left of the green. Not really in play today because the pin's in the back right section. Behind that bunker you can see on the right hand side. There's a little tier in the green there. The one thing you don't want to do here is hit it over the green.
Sure is a beautiful hole to end the front 9. This is Andrew Sconerville from Victoria. And looks like he's got a good piece of that Aussie.
Might be coming in a little hot by the looks of things. And it's gone over the back. There is out of bounds back there, but it looks like it has stayed in. My goodness. He's going to get it on the green from here. It looks like he's going to play it left-handed with the back of the club.
Well, this is very, very awkward.
Well, he's got a good piece of it. To get it on the green would be outrageous from down. And he's actually got it there. Wow, what a good shot that is.
Wow, that is fantastic, isn't it? Back of the club, left-handed, in amongst the trees. He's got that for a par.
Now Matthew Miller putting for his birdie. And he's missed that there. He's played the front nine nicely so far. He'll have that to turn in 3 under. Anything under par the front nine in this golf course is good. There's no par 5s to be had out there. They're both on the back nine. And 3 par 3s, which are not ideal scoring holes.
They're playing with the young amateur Charlie Dan. This for birdie. Oh, just touches the left edge. And he'll tap in for par.
He really has played well this week. Shot in the mid-60s the first 2 rounds.
Now this will be the up and down of the week. If it goes in and... oh, magnificent.
Well, there's something to talk about when you finish the round tonight.
Andrew Sconoville, well played.
And now Matthew Miller to clean up with his par 4. Only a handful of birdies here today, so par 4 is a good score on 9.
Yeah, Andrew Sconoville went out in 33, so level. Now back down the fairway. That's James Niddies with his second into 9.
Generally a good ball striker. Likes to move it a little from left to right, so this pin position suits him. And well played. That'll be a nice uphill putt, not a lot of break in it.
Here's another good strong player, Jack Munro, his second.
Queenslander taking direct aim at the target. Oh, it looked like it was too long. What magnificent control to bring that back down. Now surely he'll make birdie here.
And now another young man who's just recently turned pro, Blake Proverbs. His birdie putt. Started the tournament with a round of 62, then 68.
And that was equal low round the first day, 3 scores of 62. Now for James Niddies for his birdie 3. Well, it broke more than he thought. I didn't think there was much in it either. So he got pretty similar reads. Not the result he was looking for. Had some pretty good form the last few weeks. Played nicely in New Zealand last week in the Open. Had a big season, 14-15, playing the Web.com through the US Tour.
Now Jack Munro for birdie and gets it. Excellent. So with rounds of 67, 64 and 69 to be 10 under through 3 rounds in this tournament. Now back down the fairway to the next group, and that's Chris Muick. Second shot coming in hot here, Oz, and well, he's in Sconoville territory, I think.
Well, I don't think we'll see 2 pars from back here. He's playing it with the right side of the club face, so he can get some sort of swing at it. Looks like he got a fair piece of it. Well, he's got it up onto the putting surface, well, had it on the putting surface. Now it's just run off the right edge of the green as they play the hole, left edge as we look at it. This 3's 4. So at least a bogey there for him.
Now our leader, his third shot, Daniel Pearce, and it got caught up in that Kaiku and just bounced on the front edge.
A long putt for Adam Burdett up the hill. A little bit of right to left in it. Good pace. He'll be used to putting on bent greens. Yarrawonga, where he plays most of his golf.
Now this is Daniel Pearce for his par. He's currently at 15 under. Lovely.
Well, that's an excellent lefty. Short side himself there. There's no way he can bump and run it onto the green. He's got a nice little touch just to get it on the putting surface. Great front 9.
Now Chris Muick for bogey.
Adam Burdett just cleaning up. Long 2-putt. Well done to Adam. Good front 9.
Hi, I'm Charlie Dan from Pelican Waters Golf Club.
Hi, I'm Adam Burdett from Yarrawonga Malaya Golf Club Resort, and you're watching PGA TV.
golf with my dad because sometimes he hits it in the water. And once when he hit it, there was a rock in the river and then the ball hit the rock and then the rock bounced the ball over the water so it didn't go in, so it went in on the green. He was very lucky and he got a double bogey.
My name's Isaac Richards. I'm a good golfer and I like hitting shots out of the bunker.
The 15th hole, called Parker's Rest. It's a lovely story named after a guy called Bill Parker who had 2 holes in one on this hole. Hopefully we see a little bit more of that action this week. 140 metres to the pin, and as you can see the green is set up from the front right to the back left, so really does favour a nice little butter draw in on that right hand breeze. There's a few things to watch out for once you get up to the 15th green. Now there's the bunkers on the front right and the front left. But I tell you what, this hill over on the left-hand side is massive. I'm exhausted just walking up that thing. It's like 3 metres deep. Stay away from the left-hand side. But once you get on the green, it's relatively straightforward. It does run from that front right section down into this back left. So on a normal day, you would get release. However, the greens at the moment are wet. So this ball isn't going anywhere once it hits this surface. So take dead aim at the pin and hope for the best.
Thank you, Alison Whittaker. Take dead aim at the pin and hope for the best. Well, there's Brad Kennedy. Looks like he's in that front bunker, Oz.
The pin on the front right today. To get close, you risk hitting in that sand. He's playing a lovely little shot out of there, so surely he'll make his 3.
Here's David McKenzie with a birdie putt in nice and close. Very well done.
Really did struggle today, David. 73, so that was one of his highlights of his round, to finish in -2 for the tournament.
And Brad Kennedy from Sanctuary Cove's been in good form in recent weeks, beaten in that playoff just last week in New Zealand at the New Zealand Open. This for par. Well done. A good up and down there for Brad Kennedy, a man in form.
Well, I'm with Brad Kennedy, 65 today, and the form's been good, 500. Nicely enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was a great day and perfect day for scoring. A little bit of breeze, but the greens are still soft and receptive, and I knew I was a fair way back today. I knew I had to start chasing and started hitting the ball really well. I kept the foot down and was holding some nice putts, and just unfortunately the last 5 or 6 holes just didn't quite convert. So I'm going to be still a fair way back tomorrow, but I'll be chasing as hard as I can.
Well, starting the week, you'd be one of the picks. You had a great week last week, almost got across the line there. You happy with the form coming into this week?
Yeah, I am. It's been a bit of a up and down start to the season, but yeah, I think all things have been working hard fitness-wise and also on the range. So yeah, things are coming together, and off to Japan in 3 weeks.
You had an injury you were taking early in the year. You missed a couple of events because of that, and you started back at Perth because of that injury. Is that fine now?
Yeah, it rears its head a couple of times, but yeah, it's been a real struggle to try and get back to fitness. I'm doing a lot of rehab at the moment, and it was actually hitting a golf shot last year in the Japan Open, and just tore a muscle inside my shoulder, and had a few MRIs later, and it sort of found the problem. But now I'm on top of it. And
you've got a good record in the Queensland PGA, so maybe low one tomorrow and put your name on there again.
Yeah, I think it's going to be out there at 10 under. I think it's going to be all about trying to put a bit of scoreboard pressure on tomorrow, chase up there and get the guys to have a quick look and see who's coming, and I'll see what I can do.
Very good. Well, best of luck. Thanks, Brad.
Cheers. Thank you.
He's a fair way back at this point, but you never know in golf. And here is Mark Brown with his tee shot at 15.
Just down the hill, no more than a wedge, maybe a little 9 for some of the players. Slight breeze into them today.
Playing with Lee
seasoned professional. He knows his way around this golf course nicely. And another one to hit it in nice and close. And the other playing partner of this group is Marcus Kane from the Sunshine Coast. Has played a number of events. Haven't seen him out here for a little while and playing nicely through the first 2 rounds. So 3 players there, all with birdie opportunities.
Now Marcus, he went right over the pin there, but he's got this one coming back for birdie. Oh, lovely. Well holed. So he gets a 2 on 15.
And not his best day. Round in 74 today to fall back to 4 under for the tournament.
Now here's Mark Brown with his birdie attempt. See if he can follow Marcus in. On its way. And yes.
Well, don't you hate this in a group of 3? The other 2 hole it on you and you've got the shortest putt for birdie. I always had a little bit of an issue with that. And Lee McKechnie putting for his 2. Excellent tee shot. He's had 2 good steady rounds in the 60s and makes another one around in 68 today to get to 9 under for the tournament.
And Mark Brown at minus 12 for the tournament so far. Let's go and have a look at hole 14 now. And this is Adam Burdett, but there must be in some trouble. He's played that left-handed.
Well, he's a right-hander. It looked like the tree limb was leaning down there too far, so he's got a clean contact with the ball and got up just short of the green. So a good effort, no bunker to come over.
There's Chris Muick. We've seen him earlier so far in this 3rd round. The Coca-Cola Queensland PGA Championship, and that's a lovely shot.
A nice par 4 this hole. Doglegs left up the hill to almost the highest part of the golf course. And Daniel Pearce did another wonderful tee shot down the right-hand side, open up the avenue towards the pin. Just a little mound short of the green to fly it over. There's a bit of a bank behind the pin. You can spin it back off that if you like as well. And he's looked to do that. Oh, he's got a lot of spin on it. He's chased back down the hill. Well, again, that's in birdie range.
Hope you're enjoying our coverage of the ISPS Hander PGA Tour of Australasia. This is the Coca-Cola Queensland PGA Championship. And that's Adam Burdett with his 3rd shot.
It's always nice when you can make a par after playing one shot with the wrong hand and to playing his second left-handed when you're a right-hander, or vice versa. A left-hander playing one of the shots right-handed. Now down the hill for his par. No bragging rights now. You've got to make the par to validate it.
Yes, this is the hole 14. And it's back 9 here at the City Club in Toowoomba. We've seen some wonderful play this week so far, and today's been exceptional as well, Aussie.
At 346 metres, Daniel Pearce's tee shot wasn't that far from the putting surface. This for birdie. And well done to Daniel.
Takes him to 17 under. He's 4 ahead now. He is flying.
Well, if he can finish the closing holes nicely, pick up a birdie or maybe a couple of birdies, he's really asking the question of the rest of the field.
Here's Chris Muick, birdie putt, shaves it but misses, and we'll just tap that in for par.
It really is frustrating when you hit it that close. Really did struggle to make some good birdies today.
And now Adam Burdett, who's had a few troubles on this hole as you've just seen, he puts that back in for a bogey. Why don't we jump ahead up to the finishing hole here. Hole number 18. Aussie, take us through it.
Well, interesting finishing hole. It's a very severe downhill, a good 15-metre drop down to the fairway. There are some bunkers to deal with on the right-hand side, 250 metres to carry that. Only plays about 220, so most of these players can hit a 3-wood or even a 5-wood or a rescue over there. And up the left-hand side is the tree line. Left of that tree line is out of bounds. There is also a bunker down the left-hand side. Unbelievably, at about 300 metres, you'd think it would be out of play, but the driver will get you to that sand bunker just hidden in the shadow there. Most players looking to get it pretty close to that for their tee shot. Then they're down on the flat playing across the creek towards the green. Green's got a strong tier in it through the middle of the green. Only hitting wedge 9-iron to that front left pin today. Good birdie chance.
And here's a very consistent and solid player, Matt Miller, now with his second into 18.
The players looking to leave it left and short of the pin on the putting surface if they can. And that is absolutely ideal. Wonderful shot in there.
Playing with the young amateur, Charlie Dan.
Hasn't he had a good week?
He sure has been sensational.
And I believe it's only, maybe the end of the year or early next year he's going to turn professional, so it'd be lovely to see him out here plying his trade.
Well, this is his birdie putt. Oh, so close. So he'll have that tap in for a 67, currently 11 under for the tournament, leading amateur.
And that's right in a handful of the best players at this stage. So he'll be in one of the leading groups, maybe the last group or second last group tomorrow, surely. Now Matthew Miller for birdie. And this for a round of 66 if he can make it.
Indeed he does. That takes him to equal second at 13 under. What a round. Excellent play from Matt Miller.
4 under 66, Matty Miller. Pleased with that this afternoon?
Yeah, I was not too bad. You know, I sort of felt like I needed to probably be mid 60s to lower, you know, to try and make an impression on Pearce out there today. But it seems that he's run away with it anyway. So.
Well, you had the right front nine though. You made 4 birdies at front nine and turned 3 under, which I think is a harder 9. Really set yourself up for a good score.
Absolutely, dead right. You know, I'd played the back 9 quite well the first 2 days as well, and had less birdies around the front. So I was sort of looking forward to that back 9, but I just didn't start it well enough. I missed a short birdie at 10, which is a must get. Bogeyed at 11, sort of put me on the back foot. So yeah, from there it was a bit of a struggle to get it back, and then had a couple of opportunities at 16 and 17 and didn't make either of them. And went to the 18 with a bit of steam, 18th there, and I made a birdie there to finish, which was nice. But yeah, a bit of work to do tomorrow.
I look back to 2015 where you finished top 10 8 times and had a victory that season. You've already had 2 top 10s this year. Do you think you have a similar season to that again?
Yeah, I feel like it's close. You know, I mean, you've played for a long time. It's hard to, when you play well, it's hard to sort of sometimes put your finger on exactly what the differences are. You know, you always know that it's maybe 1 or 2 putts, you know, in a round or whatever. But I feel like I'm playing well. I'm playing solid. I'm doing all the same things. You know, I've not changed anything. Yeah, it feels really close. So yeah, I'm sort of looking forward to the rest of the season. Yeah.
Well, hopefully tomorrow you go out with a similar sort of front 9 and ask the question of Daniel. Best of luck.
Thanks, Oz. Good on you.
Well done to Matt Miller. And speaking of Daniel Pearce, here he is. Bit of a crowd out there watching this leader come through. Gee, he's playing well. He's just eagled 17. Now his second shot here on 18.
No more than a wedge, maybe even a gap wedge from here. Good strong hitter of the golf, but only be a 3-wood down to this position in the fairway.
You've been watching him all week, Oz. He uses his driver to perfection as well, doesn't he?
Well, he's a long hitter with a driver, but he's been hitting it straight all week, and that's such an advantage around here. Get a lot of shots from 50, 60, 80 metres into the green, and again here in great position to make another birdie and extend that lead.
Well, speaking of birdies, here's a birdie attempt by Chris Muick coming down that slope that you've just mentioned. On its way, oh, almost.
Now for birdie, Daniel Pearce. And this is to jump way out in front.
Currently 20 under. Make it 21 under. What a round. 62, if you don't mind.
Adam Burdett has been in a fair bit of trouble on this hole. Drove it into trouble off in the trees, played it out. He's got this for bogey 5, and he makes it for a 67 and leaves himself at 13 under. Probably in the last group of the day tomorrow.
Now Chris Muick for his part. Well, Daniel Pearce, what a hot round. You know, his last 7 rounds, including the New Zealand Open and the 3 here, he's 36 under. Fabulous golf at the moment from the Kiwi.
Well, Daniel Pearce, the round of the day. It might be easier for him to ask you where you had your pars and not your birdies, but a great score, 62.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, I got off to a bit of a slow start. I birdied the first, but the rest of the front 9 was pretty slow, and then yeah, the hole just kept getting in the way of the ball on the back 9, so that was nice.
You must still be driving it well because you're up around the greens hitting little pitch shots in, and obviously you made a lot of birdies. I think a couple of dozen already in 3 rounds, so you must be driving it nicely.
Yeah, for the most part I have been. First 2 rounds I drove it really nicely. Today there was a few loose ones, but I managed to get away with them, I guess. But yeah, no, for the most part my game's been pretty solid. So.
And 17's been very kind to you. There's been a couple of eagles there already.
Yeah, last 2 days has been good. First day it kind of kicked my ass a little, but yeah, made it very easy the last 2 days with a couple of good iron shots in there. So.
Well, you go with a big lead into the last round. I don't know what the record is for winning this event, but will you be chasing double digits in front?
Oh, I'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll just keep playing the way I am, and if it's good enough, it's good enough at the end of the day. So.
Well, I'm sure if you play the way you've been playing, it will be good enough. Best of luck tomorrow, and well done today, Daniel.
Thank you very much.
Gee, what a round. The statisticians are scrambling for the record books. Aussie, this 28-year-old from New Zealand, currently 31 on the money list. He's playing brilliant golf.
He's 21 under, 29 under is the record in Australia for a 4-round tournament, and that was the 2004 PGA Championship, which Kurt Barnes won. But I think the individual score might be very interesting in terms of 259 as a low score. I think he'll beat that tomorrow.
Yeah, fantastic play. Well, let's just have a look at the end of round 3. Daniel Pearce, 21 under, 62 today. He leads by 8 over Matthew Miller. Adam Burnett there as well on 13 under. Mark Brown, another Kiwi, at 12 under. Charlie Dunn from Queensland at 11 under. And Brad Kennedy, who played very well.
They did too. The people in Ashburton, they'll be glued to the screen tomorrow watching Daniel Pearce to see if he can take away the trophy for this week in the Queensland PGA.
Just going through another page, Christopher Muick having a good tournament. He's in double figures at 10 under, a 71 today, 1 over. Jordan Zunic playing well, also 9 under. Ryan Lynch and Lee McKechnie at 9 under, and James Niddies.
And Matthew Guy, who plays a lot of his golf at the Grand, where I'm a member, playing nicely this week. Blake Proverbs, he played nicely for the first 2 days, slipped back a little today. Andrew Martin, well played today. Darren Beck, New South Wales, often puts his hands up in these tournaments.
Well, Aussie, it's been super hot scoring. You'll be joined by Shura Taff tomorrow for our live stream from 10 a.m. in Queensland.
Well, that's it from the afternoon session here on day 3 at the Coca-Cola Queensland PGA Championship. I tell you what, it's shaping up to be a brilliant final round. We hope you can join us for our live coverage tomorrow. But for now, and all of us here at City Golf Club in Toowoomba, Queensland, it's goodbye.